Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We are your hosts, Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. How you doing, Mike?
Well, I'm filling this week, Tyler. How are you doing?
I would be felon if my computer would stop screaming and shut the fuck up while we record.
That,
Of
that
course,
would be
now is the time it kicks on the fan, so apologies if that comes through on the audio a little bit.
all right. It's taken off. Elon Musk has required it for his next launch special.
Yep, it's gonna go straight up to the moon in a Tesla. But
Now,
yeah, yeah, Entertainment Expansion, more like entertainment filler this week. It's funny enough if everything worked out and, you know, if our government handled this pandemic like they were supposed to, we would all be celebrating, getting ready to watch Tenet next week. But that's not happening. We're not watching Mulan. We ain't watching jack shit. So this means everyone's still at home. They need to watch something. So obviously, a few episodes ago, we gave our recommendations of what you should watch. We thought we should save you the time, save you the misery of not watching some of these movies. Your time is better spent reading a book, taking a nap, playing a game, just staring at a wall than watching these
now,
movies. So, I'll pass it to you, Mike, first. What is a movie you do not recommend watching?
well, everyone told me to watch this specific movie that was on Netflix as of a week or two ago. I think they might have pulled it. Now it's from a very good director, and he directed a movie that I am really fond of. Dennis Villanueva, whatever. Now he did Prisoners, and this came out around the same time as Prisoners. So I was like, you know what, this could be good. This movie is called Enemy. Now this movie is a heaping pile of pretentious shit. Listen, I love reading between the lines and looking for symbolism within movies, but this movie pushed it too far. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal and a couple of other. The girl from Inglourious Bastards is in it. The French movie theater owner who's trying to escape the hunter the entire movie. She's in it. But yeah, the movie is just complete symbolism to the max. And it's kind of like if Fight Club was a hipster movie that was really pretentious but actually didn't have any fights in it and no awesome end scene where they blow up credit card companies, and they just kind of end it with a what the fuck no. I mean, spoilers ahead. Spiders are a big part of this movie, to the point where there's a random scene throughout the movie where there's a giant spider looming over top of skyscrapers. And then in the end, Jake Gyllenhaal beats Jake Gyllenhaal and goes to talk to his Jake Gyllenhaal's wife, goes into the room, and there's just a giant spider, like half the size of this room, curled up, just clicking at him. And then he just kind of smiles, and the movie ends. And everything you thought you understood about the movie just ended right there because you're like, okay, what the fuck just happened? And
Well,
yeah, so pretty much what I got from that film is Jake Gyllenhaal and Jake Gyllenhaal were the same Jake Gyllenhaal. It was essentially a split personality thing of him trying to escape his demons, so to speak. And the symbolism of the spider was he felt like he was caught in the web and being dragged down to death by the women around him, which was completely overshadowed by all the women in his life, whether it was his mother, his girlfriend slash his wife, the pregnancy of his wife. There's just a lot to take in, and it really wasn't as smart as everyone thought it was.
I mean, I'm still going to give it a watch at some point. Dennis Villeneuve is one of my, if not my favorite director right now. So it is kind of shocking that he could make a bad movie. Not saying he can't, but I've seen most of his work. He's hit it out of the park every time. So
Well, critics love the movie.
you just, I mean,
So it's like,
is Jake Gyllenhaal's performance at least good?
kind of. I mean, they make the movie tense for no reason in a lot of scenes. So there's a lot of tension building up, building up, building up, but it's tension when he's just like walking down a hallway, and it's like, all right, why do I need to feel tense right now? So by making
Yeah.
you feel tense the entire movie, it kind of removes you from really tense scenes.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right. Well, I mean, you heard it from him. Don't watch Enemy. I mean, obviously, there's other Dennis Villeneuve movies you can watch in your spare time. So,
Prisoner.
Prisoners, Arrival, Blade Runner. I mean, you got options. All right. So, a movie for me that I don't recommend watching is Bloodshot. This was the Vin Diesel superhero movie. Basically, this felt like a movie from the early to mid 2000s. Like I could easily see this being a top tier movie along the likes of the original Fantastic Four, Daredevil, that kind of vibe. But it's 2020 and comic book movies have evolved. They have a cool concept in the movie, but they kind of waste it 1 hour in. So it kind of just wastes your time afterwards. For the most part, Vin Diesel's acting, I will say, considering his acting for the most part is shitty and monotone. He was actually given something to work with here in some scenes, and it is the most emotional I have seen him. So if you want to see Vin Diesel act, go ahead. But for the most part, the plot's it's very very generic. If you ever watch a trailer, Guy Pearce is helping him out. He's gonna go catch his, wife's killer and all that. He's helping out all these other people with abilities. If you can guess within 5 seconds he's the bad guy, you win the prize. Good job. There's one decent action scene. That's about it. The finale is trash. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're looking for an action movie, go watch Extraction with Chris Hemsworth. It's a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. This is just this would have been a pretty bad. This would have been a mediocre superhero movie 15 years ago, and it's a bad superhero movie now. And honestly, I'm thinking Vin Diesel was hoping Fast 9 would have came out, so everyone could just forget about this movie. That's my take on it.
Well, gotta be honest with you, Tyler.
You already what?
I already forgot about it.
There you go. All right. So got that out of my system. You got one more movie in you?
Yes, I do. This one is again another older movie, and I'm going with the horror genre. As of right now, this is called The Boy 2. Now, if anyone's seen the first Boy, it started off making you think that it was a, haunted house story, a haunted doll, but it actually had a twist to it that the boy Brahms was actually a full-grown man, and the parents faked his death because he killed a little girl when he was a kid, and he's been living inside the walls causing these haunts, and he's just a full-grown serial killer at this point. Now, that being said, the boy too says, you know what? That was so good. Let's forget about all that, and let's actually make it a possessed doll that's trying to possess children and take them to a new home. And yeah, so it's like the doll makes them kill their parents and other people. They really just tried to retcon the entire first movie, but I feel like the first movie, it wasn't anything groundbreaking. It wasn't fantastic, but it was a solid, good watch for, a horror movie. It wasn't bad. It was entertaining, and that twist was pretty good. And then they just kind of ruined it with the sequel.
Oh, that's funny because I haven't seen either of them. But honestly, from what you've told me of the first movie being like, oh, you think the doll's possessed, and then it's a serial killer. That sounds more stupid than the doll actually being possessed. Like I know logically the first one makes sense, but like watching a horror movie, I feel the idea of a second one seems like a better premise if done right. But like you said, it was not done right, and it was you know terrible.
Yeah,
Would would you recommend watching the first one, or is that just not worth it
yeah.
either?
First one's a good watch. Like I said, the twist can either make it or break it. I enjoyed the twist.
Hmm.
A lot of people, everyone has different opinions, but, you know, how many movies have we seen lately where there's a haunted doll? Where it's really something haunted instead of it actually being a more grounded horror movie.
Yeah, I mean yeah, that's true. I don't know. I mean, I saw a trailer for the Boy too, and I gotta say, just from the trailer, before everything shut down, it didn't look good. Just
No.
also the title, is it the Boy Two Brahms? Like, just call it the Boy Two.
Yeah,
No one knows what the fuck Brahm is, but
that is correct.
that's just poor marketing decisions from them. All right. Well, I got a final movie. Um, this one is also on Netflix. It was so bad I did not get to the end of it. Got about 1 hour in. I pieced out. It's called 365 Days. It is a Polish movie that should have never left Poland. So, what's the quickest way to run this down is it's a Polish movie, but with an Italian mobster and Polish girl. So, in this movie, you have three languages. You have Italian, you have Polish, and you have terrible English. Italian guy sees the Polish girl while his father dies. And he's had this vision for years that he's got to have her, he's got to have her. Sees her at an airport in Italy. It's like, okay, fine. Gonna kidnap her. Kidnaps her. Proves to her that the boyfriend that she thought didn't care about her does not care about her as he is cheating on her. This is kind of forced, but she is given 1 year to live with him and try and fall in love. And if she doesn't honestly fall in love, then she can leave. From there, he says that he'll never do anything unless she wants it, but then don't provoke him. So you get the no, I don't want to. But then as she walks away, you have scenes of, him grabbing her by the throat, throwing her right back to him. It's just, it was terrible. The first hour is just so bad. Um, and because she's Polish, she's Italian. He's Italian. They can only communicate through English, except they both don't speak English as a native language. So it is very bad acting, and I don't blame them because I can tell at least for the Italian mobster, his acting is a lot better. And when he speaks Italian, when he's allowed to just go Italian, he's way better. English drops down like a rock, and just the whole thing's a mess. If it was just focused on him and him trying to run the mafia after the father died, I think would have been a good movie. But this tries to be a mobster version of 50 Shades Grey, and an hour in, there was only one blowjob scene. So even on providing softcore porn, it failed. So if you see it in the top 10 of Netflix, just run away. Watch something else, literally anything else. And I've said my piece on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I've seen it on Netflix several times, and honestly, every time I pass it, not a single time did I think, you know what? I think I want to give this movie a shot. Not a single time, Tyler.
That's good, because this has the infamous 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And even the users is, I think, like a 35. Like, no one likes this.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
So I guess if anyone has any movies they want to warn us about, or anyone else in the comments about not to watch, where should they let us know?
Well, as always, they have a plethora of avenues to voice their opinions. Let's start off with the fan favorite. We'll go with our Instagram, which is labeled Entertainment Expansion. You could also find us on Facebook under Entertainment Expansion. And lastly, check out our YouTube channel. We've got tons of other videos, including what you should watch during quarantine, as well as if you're out of ideas from that, check out our director series. You might find a director that you didn't know you liked, and you could check out their other best works.
Yeah, if you're definitely looking for a new director to follow, or honestly a list of movies to watch, binge watch, director series is great for that. If you want to catch up with Nolan for Tenant, whenever that comes out, we go through his movies up and down, what's good, what's not good, what we love about it. If you want to be, you know, Enemy, not really your forte. We got Prisoners, and then obviously, if you want that style of movie, you have David Fincher's movies. Yeah, like you said, Enemy was a poor Fight Club. Well, go watch Fight Club. But that will be it for this week's episode. of Entertainment Expansion. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.